So up to now we've learned with so many operations on the list and getting different data from them. But we want to also have some modifications on the list. In order not to get confused, I'm going to start a new file. I'm going to actually create a new file and call it list2.py. And inside of list2.py here I'm going to declare the first list as this. So in here, for you to get understand easily what there is inside of this list, I'm going to write the names of different items. So for example, here I say Jack, James, Tom, and William. And so consider that I want to replace James and Tom, and instead of that I want to add another name into the list. So I write the modified list, and so actually I want to modify the first list, so I do not need to declare another variable or another list here. So I write the first list. So here we have James and Tom. It starts from the first one up to the third one, which is William. So we don't want to change Williams, and so it will not be considered, but it will be up to the third one. So James and Tom are going to be removed and is going to contain another name, and that name will be, for example, Sarah. Let's save this one and run Python 3 list2.py. We also need to print first list as well. Here print first list. Also we can print this before the modification of the list. So here let's write first list and save this one. Let's run the code. And here, as you can see, Sarah is being replaced. James and Tom have been replaced with Sarah. So we've successfully removed James and Tom, the first one and the second one of the list. Hit the Sarah, which became the second one of the new list. So we've done this using these simple scripts, and it's as simple as that. So another example is, for example, we want to remove James and Jack and James. So here we write nothing for the beginning because it starts from 0, and we can write 2. And Jack and James will be replaced with Sarah. So let's save this code, and here we run it. And here, as you can see, Sarah has been replaced. Jack and James have been replaced by Sarah. So we have Sarah, Tom, and William. Also, imagine that we want to add another name into this list, and we want to insert it somewhere in this list, not necessarily at the end, but somewhere inside of this list. For example, we want to make it the third one of the list and push Tom to the fourth, William to the fifth. And to do this, we can write first list dot insert, and inside of the parentheses we can write first the position of the new object. So for example, we want to put it the third one here, so we write 2, and also we write the name that we're going to push here, or the object that we want to push, if it's a number or anything else. So for example, here we write Jane. So here it shouldn't be with capital L, it should be the small l. And so let's save this code and again print first list. So as I said, Jane should be placed after James and before Tom and William. So Python 3, and as you can see we have Sarah, Tom, Jane and William. So here Jane isn't replaced by Tom, so actually Tom will not be remained here. We've placed Jane instead of Tom. So what insert does here for you is it replaces one of the objects inside of the list with a new object that here you give it, and also you give the position of this new object that is going to be replaced with the object of the same position. But, pardon me, here the first one that I said was more correct, because here we first removed James and I think we removed Jack and James, and then we had Sarah, Tom and William. And because here we pushed Jane, we inserted Jane into this list, Tom was the second one and Jane became the third one. So we kept Tom and it went after the Tom. So we keep the very same list that we had, but with the difference that we have a new object inside the list. So here you might get confused, but if we comment all of these parts together, and I want to write first list dot insert to Jane, Jane will be pushed here as the third part of this list and before Tom and after James. So let me save the code, and as you can see here we have Jack and James, and we have also Jane before Tom and after James. Okay, so by inserting something into the list, we're actually adding an object to the list, and we're not replacing any object with a new object. Okay, in order to replace an object with another object, we use this method. We write the position of the object that is going to be removed and write the one that is going to be replaced.